Okay, so now we're looking at interquartile range when you have grouped data, not small sets of data. So these are the steps to follow, and again, hopefully you understand some of these words. So first thing we have to do is we have to draw an ogive, which is just the line graph using the cumulative frequency, okay? And obviously on the horizontal scale, we've got the groups. Horizontal scale. Okay, next thing we have to do is we've got to find 25% and 75% of the cumulative frequency. And these two numbers, that'll be your Q1 and that'll be your Q3 once we find those numbers. And then what we do is we draw horizontal lines across to the ogive, and then we draw vertical lines down to the scores. And then we just calculate the Q1 and Q3 scores, and then we just subtract. So it sounds like it's complicated, but there's only a few steps to follow. Copy them down and come across when you're ready. We'll do an example. Okay, so I've set up the group data already. So the groups are going from 5 to 10 or 5 to 9.999 repeater, but this is the way the data would be represented, 5 to 10 to etc. And my data sets were 4, 6, 6, 8, 2, 4, and I've added them up and I've got 30, which means that the last number here must be 30. Those two numbers must match. So the first score comes across, which is just 4, and then 4 plus 6 is 10, 10 plus 6 is 16, 16 plus 8 is 24, 24 plus 2 is 26, 26 plus 4 is 30, so the numbers match up. Okay, so you have that zigzag approach. Now what we do is the first score starts at 5, so that starts at the bottom, and then what we're using is the opposite number. So the score of 10, we plot at 4, okay? And then the score of 15, we plot at 10, which is about there. So you'll be doing it on line paper. The score of 20, we plot 16. Score of 20, we plot 16. The score of 25, we plot at 24. Okay, so it's about there. A score of 30, we plot at 26, which is about there. And the last score, okay, the group's going from 30 to 35, so the score of 35, which doesn't exist on the table, goes up to 30. Okay, which is about there. And then drawing straight lines, so I'll draw a straight line. So we're going to go there and stop, and then draw another straight line, stop, and I'm drawing another straight line, and stop, and then I'm drawing another straight line and stop. You'll be doing it with a ruler, because I know you guys are nice and careful. Okay, so I've got my ogive, which is not too bad. It's a bit dodgy, but that's as close as I'm going to get. So this represents 0%, and 30, that score of 30 is the top. That represents 100%. So 75% of 30 equals 22.5, and 25% of 30 equals 7.5. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come across, using a different colour, at 22.5. Now this is where you guys are going to be a little, oh damn, I'm going to undo, so something like that. So there, undo again, just a bit too high. Okay, okay, you'll be doing it more accurately. So we're going to do horizontal lines, and horizontal lines. So we're coming across till we hit the ogive, and then once we hit the ogive, then you're going to come straight down and straight down, and using your best estimate, you're going to say that Q1 is that number. So I'm going to say that Q1 is 13, and Q3 is that number, which I'm going to say is 23, and so the interquartile range is 23 minus 13, so the interquartile range is 10. So the difference between those numbers is 10. That's what the interquartile range is measuring. Okay, and the interquartile range is the middle 50%. So the middle 50%, so that's the middle 50% of scores, which is spread by a score spread of 10. Okay, so that's how you do IQRs with group data. And there's plenty of practice in the textbook. Okay, bye.